Hit that like button, just like Tyson.
Today. You know what I'm
Sir.
saying? Hey, now we got to talk about the elephant in the room. And that elephant in the room is, of course, the locks kicking Dipset's ass on Versus. Did you see Versus? Did anybody see it? Go ahead. Tell us what you saw in that. Tell us what you saw as a spectator.
Man, I'm still jamming. Like that nerd Jada Kiss is the shiznit. Okay, he came in there with killing on his mind, violence. He woke up with it, and he came in there and just shot them down. Which, okay, let me go ahead and make this confession because I don't want nobody on here thinking like I'm this big Locks Dipset fan. I didn't know who the hell them people was together. I knew them separately. I knew these individuals separately. I knew the songs, but I didn't know them was groups. I was like, who the fuck are these people? So I came in and I was like, oh shit. And so when Jada was throwing shots, said, I'm not a Jim Jones fan. And I'm gonna tell you the culture that has killed Jim Jones for me. Love and hip hop, that love and hip hop and all of that stuff, those people who are on those shows are trash to me. Just because it's like I
we
can't get with it. And so when you get into those realms and you start bringing your life on the set and I start seeing things that don't add up, you already dead to me. So it was like that killed Jim Jones for me. Yeah, he cool. Yeah, he a rapper, whatever. But Jada Kiss is the man. I really enjoyed and appreciated everything that they brought to the stage. They brought it there and left it there. And so whenever they go on tour, I want to be there front and center. Hopefully, don't nobody bring no guns and stuff because violence was on
I
stage.
doubt that. I doubt that at a Locks concert. You know what I'm saying? That'd be with another older group. It'd be people from our generation. But you know, black people still love the clown, even the old ones. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, check this out, man. Tell us the truth, Mr. Guerrero. Who did you have your money on?
Um, I have to say I had my money um on on Jay Kiss Crew simply because I grew up with Jim Jones, and not saying Jim Jones is a bad rapper or anything, but he was getting like compared to so many people back in that era that I feel like that if you get compared to other artists, sometimes that means that you are either copying them or you just super lazy and don't want to try to create your own style. So I feel like with Jadakiss, Jadakiss was one of those artists, he really brought the energy every time he came out. You never heard, you know, people, comparing Jadakiss to people. So I feel like now, like if you can compare it to another artist, I feel like that you need to step your game up a lot more. You want to be unique when it comes to this rap game. And if people that grew up in the hip hop industry, they hear that you hear that every time. That you want to be like unique. You want to stand out beyond everyone else. But with Jim Jones, he always got compared to so many other artists back in that era that I had to go with Jada Kiss and his crew.
Hey, man, well, let me tell you this. The vast majority of the audience thought that the Diplomats had it. The vast majority of the audience thought that the Diplomats was going to win. What about you, Wazy Free? Who you thought was going to win that battle, that versus?
Um, I'm gonna have to say the Locks because when you bring up those two groups, the Locks is my personal favorite out of the two. Um, my man Jimmy fell off the stage and everything. Like that show was kind of crazy. Like I feel like they bullied Dipset, man. I feel like they sunned them. They showed them who Big Brother was. I feel like I almost feel like it wasn't even a fair comparison to begin with because of the things they talk about in their music. And I'm talking about like the Locks is the streets, man. Like, and they always have been. Like, you could Jimmy be in the club sometimes, like
Right, right.
you know what I'm saying. So I almost feel like because of the things that they was talking about, and because of the type of platform versus is that it was an unfair comparison between those groups anyway, because the streets always gonna win in that battle type situation, that battle type arena. The streets
Yep,
always
yep,
win.
yep. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, wait, let me ask you this, man. What do you, speaking of Jim Jones almost falling off the stage, let's talk a little bit more about the shenanigans that went on. All right, so a lot of people were saying that all the bad things that were said about the whole situation, it all fell on the diplomats. People were saying they were lip syncing. People were saying Joel Santana looked like he was high for dope. You know what I'm saying? People were Cameron almost kicked Styles P, and Styles P tried to take his shoe off or something like that. You know, and I heard well, what's that Sheik? One of them. You know what I'm saying? He tried to kick one of them, and I heard that it almost went up after that. It was like 1,000 people on the stage. They were all there with the diplomats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cameron brought out a lawn chair like he had it in the bag because everybody was saying that the diplomats were going to win this battle. What do you think about all the shenanigans?
I think hip hop is a master at creating these type of situations and capitalizing off them. I think a lot of these situations are staged, or starts as stage. It might elevate into something else based off the energy that each opposing side is given. I think that those shenanigans, given the histories of those two iconic groups, that was supposed to happen. Like, if it didn't happen, everybody would have been like, what the fuck? Like, where the Locks at? Where Dipset at? Like, when you see those two groups individually, when they're doing what they're doing, respectively, it's always high energy. No matter if they're in the club, no matter if they're talking to the streets. So in that environment, if they didn't have that energy, if those shenanigans didn't happen, I don't think it would have got as big as it did. Because, you know, they brought the hype, you saying? And, you know, I think that the shenanigans that happened after the, you know, all of that, I think that was like the climax of the entire battle. You see what I'm saying? I honestly feel like that was supposed to happen. It might have got out of control where, like I said, where the energies got a little bit mixed up or confused, but I think that was supposed to happen.
All right, well, check this out. Fat Joe wanted to chime in on the situation. Me, myself, personally, it seemed like Fat Joe was hating me. So I'm going to play this of what Fat Joe had to say about the verses because he was upset that a song came on that the likes played that was supposed to be in his or something like that. But let's listen to Fat Joe real quick.
Then, welcome to New York City. Welcome to New York City. It's over. I'm like, goosebumps. Goosebumps. The home of 9/11. Oh my God. I'm like, this is, yes. Yes, Dipset. Yes. Fucking right. So I'm sitting there adjusting my mask just when I thought it couldn't get better. Jadakiss comes on and goes, "Hey Harlem, I'm really outside. You know me, it's Jada." Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Man, I'm from New York. The place erupts. I lose my mind. I'm going fucking apeshit crazy. I can't control the passion. Now, I was neutral. But when this shit come on that I'm on, I fucking lose it. Hey, in fucking New York. I almost pulled the little mama and ran up on the ring. I wanted to smoke at that point. I wanted to smoke. because when they dropped this shit, half the stadium looked at me. Crack was good. What you gonna do? Brooklyn is staring. Harlem is staring.
Wow, what do you guys think about that? Was Fat Joe hating? Because this is a versus battle, man. You can't come in and rap a song that you're featured on. Like most of the versus battles have had songs that people were featured on. You know what I'm saying? So why is Fat Joe upset? Why is Fat Joe upset? Why did he feel the need to pull a Lil Mama and run up on stage and grab a mic and start singing or whatever? I don't know. He said he wanted all the smoke. I just don't understand it. And then, Fat Joe, you're not even black. You out here rapping. You stole our whole art form. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You're saying the N-word like you're black, man. Come on. You're a culture vulture to me. I don't like Latinos saying the N-word, using the N-words. You know what I'm saying? And Fat Joe, you fall into that category with me, man. That's what you are. You are Latin, man. You're not black. Was Fat Joe hate? He wanted all the smoke?
I'm not sure what Fat Joe got going on. Like the whole scene and scenario was just weird. It was just really off-putting. I don't get it. Like what did he want? Did he want to be notified that the song was going to be used prior to them playing it? Like
that's what he said. He did. He said that. Like I'm like,
do
this
he
is
want money
versus.
for it? Does he not get paid when the shit streams? Like, I don't know what Fat Joe wants.
But check this out. Let me say this real quick, and I want you to elaborate a little bit more. All right, so this just like when you go to a concert, you might have a rap artist come out and Mary J. Blige beat might be playing, and he might be getting the crowd hyped up off of Mary J. Blige's beat. Do you expect Mary J. Blige to say, "Hey, don't play my music"? You know what I'm saying? Like he's not playing her singing or nothing like that, but he's just coming out stage. Go get your hands up with the Mary J. Blige beat. I done seen that 1,000 times at concert. I done seen rappers play other songs at concerts. The next rapper's hottest song, they playing the hottest song in America at their concert. You don't never see other rappers saying that, but you got this Puerto Rican guy that stole black culture, and I'm pretty sure if he did a versus, he would have to use other people's music. He don't have a catalog, so he would have to use songs that he's featured on. He would have to, you know what I'm saying, throw the song he was on with whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I look at Fat Joe. What do you think about it now?
I definitely think, everybody, as I think Missy said earlier, wants the spotlight. He just wants to be seen. He wants to be heard. So this is my way in. Who's talking about Fat Joe now other than us right now? Like, because of the things that he said. So this is his way to get back in front of people. But I had a question for Wazy. I can wait till later though.
All right. Mystic World. What do you think, man? Was Fat Joe hating?
Absolutely. I feel like he's hating because you like you said, you have to look at it. The way these verses are, everyone already has everything lined up the way they wanted it. So I feel that if they wanted Fat Joe to be part of it, they would have contacted him. One thing I do know about those verses, you have to be contacted, way before they start the show. So if your name is on that list, and they choose you, then you go up there. But Fat Joe, he on a whole new level, what he's getting is the wrong idea about things. Again, you want to go, you want to do this and do that. Next thing you know, people talking about you. You're in the spotlight once again. Don't put yourself in the spotlight, because sometimes put yourself in the spotlight can put you in places you don't want to be. So by Fat Joe doing what he did, he went at that the wrong way.
Yeah, because you can pull people on stage at verses. You know what I'm saying? Like when Bow Wow and Soulja Boy had their verses, they were pulling people on stage. I think Romeo came out and Jermaine Dupri and the Brat. You know what I'm saying? So you can pull people on stage. You think that Fat Joe was upset because he wasn't pulled on stage?
Yeah, I think he was upset because he wasn't given like more recognition or pulled on stage. So he started this little attention seeking rant and saying, trying to get his shine back or whatever. And saying, He pathetic though.
Yeah, man. You know, I don't like that at all. I thought it was classless. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about Fat Joe being a Puerto Rican coming up in a black field, using African Americans to prosper?
I think that he's taking advantage of being in the middle of our line, our unwritten, our unwritten, our line in the sand. I think he's taking advantage of being in the middle of that, and I mean, he definitely capitalized off it, and I think should have been a lot more attention on his usage of derogatory words sooner. Because maybe he could have learned from it, probably grew from it, and probably selected a different word.
Right.
Um,
You know, considering all the hell that the baby's getting, I just find it funny that the black community do not stick together to stop things like that from happening. You know, all right, I want to thank you guys for joining the show. I'm gonna start from the top again. So tell us what you got coming up.
We are currently in the process of dropping new journals, including Hello Black College Student. We have a podcast every Monday called Hello Black Man, where we reach out to individuals for them to tell their story. If you are interested in being on that podcast, please contact us at helloblackman.com. We also have Hello Black Entrepreneur podcast on Tuesdays. We work out every Wednesday. We are all about fitness, all about mental, physical, and financial health. Whatever you do, do not forget that we are the culture. Reach
Yes,
out to us.
sir.
Let us know what you want, what you need, how we can help you, how we can benefit you. We can be reached at helloblackman.com, Hello Black Man on Facebook, Hello Black Man Journal on Instagram, Hello Black Man _ on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube as well. That is where our podcasts are held. Thank you guys. I have had a great time. I look forward to the next show.
Yeah. Mystic World, what you got coming up? What you got going on next, bro?
I'm currently in the process of a brand new podcast episode. This podcast episode is going to be entitled "Whatever You Do Starts with You," and that is my slogan because I feel that whatever we do starts with us. You know, whatever decision we make starts with us. So I'm going to do a self titled podcast called Whatever You Do Starts with You, because I felt that was powerful, because if we look at it, when we wake up in the mornings, we already know what we're going to do. We already know what our day is going to be like. We already know what we're going to do during the day. So whatever we do starts with us. So that's what I'm currently working on. And also, you can find me um, on all social media platforming that associates with podcasting: Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Listen Notes, Radio Public, and every other platform. And we're also on Music Box. So those are currently our most interactive platforms at the moment.
Oh yeah. Sister, you said you had to ask a question to this brother, right?
Oh yeah, he had said that he thought that the verses was unevenly matched. So I just wanted to know who he thought would be a better match for either Dipset or the Locks.
um, a group that can go against Dipset. I don't even. Matter of fact, let me start with the Locks. First and foremost, I don't think as a group and that a part of that generation at the time that they were doing what they were doing, matching up with the things that they was talking about that could face the Locks. I feel like at that time they was the undisputed champs of what they were doing. As far as Dipset, I feel like a comparison with anybody or any group that does what Dipset does, I feel like that will be a fair comparison, and I think that most likely Dipset might win that, because I feel like I feel like this is the best way I can explain it. I feel like the Locks were heavyweights, Dipset, because of their opponent was a super heavyweight with the Locks. I feel like they were like middleweights, and I feel like they shouldn't have been in the same ring.
Right. Hey, and I thought it was gonna go up and turn into a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? But what you got coming up? What you got coming up next, bro?
Man, again, I'm Wazzy Free, also known as Devin Willis. I got these projects right here. They're available on Amazon.com. Blockbuster The Beginning, Blockbuster 2, War on Territories, and Blockbuster 3, Psychological Warfare. They are street urban novels. I also have music that's available on all streaming platforms. I had a music video drop today, Middle Finger. That's on my YouTube channel. You subscribe to my YouTube channel by going to your search and entering Wazzy Free. That's WAZZYFREE.
Yep. All right. So I want to thank you guys for coming on to the show, man. I'll see you guys next week. Oh yeah, yep. She pulled it up already. That's what I like about you guys. Y'all do y'all research on your show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all research on helloblackman.com. All right. So I just want to tell you guys, man, it was nice talking to you guys, man. I think we did a lot of building today. We got a lot of we're gonna have a lot of comments. We're gonna have a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, replying to us, especially about how we feel about these particular situations. I do want to say thank you guys for joining the show. We'll be back next week with more news and more commentary. Peace.